Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Just Me, and y'all know I'm back with another story time. And y'all already know, keep all eyes on me. Keep them here. I'm not telling y'all. So y'all, let's get into it. This story time is what we go. Oh, story time is gonna be called Meet the Detective, y'all. Y'all gonna see why. So one day, this was in matter of fact, it was in December, y'all. And it was raining outside and I was running late. So me and my baby in the car, we driving. But where I lived at, it had when you on that back road, there's just one lane. You only go one lane. So I'm driving and this truck is going so damn slow. Now my job, it was raining like hard as it was raining real bad. So I'm like, it's not raining. I mean, it's bad, but it's never that deep to be going like 2 miles an hour. But like, pull over if you cannot see. Get out the damn way, please. So yeah, we had got to a light. We was on the back road, right? We get to a light, and I had basically got in the lane beside him. It was a turning lane. So when the light turned green, I had just sped up and just got in front of him. Now, mind you, y'all, when I did this, I did not cut this man off, y'all. I did not almost crash into him. I did not nothing. I just sped up and got in front of him. Like when the light turned green, like I was on it. He was still sitting at the green light. So we're driving. All of a sudden, it's these damn bright ass lights, like somebody, not the headlights, but the oh my goodness, it's the high beam lights, y'all. He had turned his high beam lights on, and I was like, "Sir, you really doing all that?" And like I said, I ain't care because I had tints, so I mean, I noticed what he did, but it wasn't really bothering me. I'm sorry, y'all, because I really couldn't understand. Like, why would you do that? Like, what is all that for? Like, I just said I didn't cut you off. I mean, I cut you off, but I ain't like doing it in a bad way. Like on a road trip. I just got in front of you. I'm still driving. We finally get to this light when it's traffic, but like he had kind of like squeezed, like y'all know when traffic merged into one lane. It was doing that. So when we was merging, he had pulled up beside me, y'all, and I'm just sitting there. Mind y'all, I'm not being oblivious, but I'm really just not paying this man no mind because like, okay, I got in front of you and you flashed me with your high beams, like okay. Yo, he pulled up next to me and I just something just told me to look over. And I just looked over and I just seen him like this window down. He looking at the car because I know he couldn't see inside. And he was just going off. So I kindly like just rolled the window down and I was like, what you say? And he was like, "Oh, have you lost your mind driving like that?" And da da da. Y'all, he was just cursing me out, like doing his big one, I guess. He just was going off. And when he was sitting up there, he said something like, what did he say? He was like, "Oh, if I ever catch you driving like that, or if I ever catch you in my residential neighborhood." Yo, and mind you, this is a old unseasoned man. If you are new to this channel, I don't like really saying like white because I don't know why. It just sounds racist. So I mean, I call them unseasoned because they is not all of them, but the majority of them. So this unseasoned ass man, y'all, is just like, and he older, so he just cursing and fussing, and I'm getting irritated because he like, oh, if I catch you in my residential neighborhood, I'm like, what is that?
Oh, I
Like,
live here. This is my house.
Yeah, right, you live here. Negro, please.
Look, I got keys. No.
I'll spray your ass.
Please don't spray his ass. Lady, this is his house.
what do you mean if you catch me in your residential neighborhood? Like, and I felt some type of way because what do you mean your residential neighborhood? Like, nigga, like I don't live out here or something. It's like, but for real, like I don't live out here. Like, I definitely live out here, sir. What are you talking about? Like, this time I was living in like Cockeysville, Tavonia. I was living out there, and that's the county. That's to me, that's kind of like that's East County. But yeah, I lived in the county. And I'm like, you do pay a cute little penny. I said penny, a cute little penny up there. So I'm like,
You trying to say I can afford to live out here? Like, if you catch me, so you're going to see me every time because I live out here. What are you talking about?
now he gonna see me every time because it's like we don't live in the same neighborhood, but we live in the same zip code. If that makes sense, because of where we was at. I'm like, So yeah, when he said that, I'm just like, excuse me. And he was just kept saying it like, yeah, if I ever catch you, and I'm like, well, what you gonna do? And y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I got defensive. I got defensive as hell because I'm a young black woman by myself, and my baby is in the car. Like I said, I'm like, yeah, this is me, and my son in the car. Mind you, I'm on my way to drop my son off to school, and I had the what was I going? I think I was. So I was taking my baby to school, and then I had to go to work. So y'all, when he did his little tweak thing, or if I catch you, when he said that, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Allegedly, also, I just want to make that clear. This story is allegedly. This story is allegedly. It's allegedly. I'm going to name the story allegedly. Literally. I just changed my name on. The story name is allegedly. Yo, like I said, he started doing his big one, and I'm by myself, just me and my baby. I had that thing on me, y'all. If you don't know, with that thing, I had that fire. I had that blinking on me. So now y'all know y'all probably was like, why didn't you just roll the window up? And it's just like because who are you talking to? Like you're not ready to sit up here and impress me in front of my damn baby. You ain't ready to impress me, period. So yeah, I had pulled the blicky out allegedly, and I was like, what you gonna do? Because he kept saying like, oh, I'm telling you, if I catch you in this neighborhood, if I ever catch you again, and I pulled it out, and I'm not gonna say y'all, I didn't like pull it out to the point where it was like, yeah, yeah, like no, I just like let him see that I had it on me, and I was like, what you really gonna do? Like seriously, I'm like, what are you gonna do? And when I said that, mind y'all, when I roll my windows down, of course, light is coming into the car now. So he looks like he's looking at my car, and he looks in the back and was like, and you have a baby in your car and you're driving like that and I was like, well, what are you going to do? Like,
Stop at this point. Please. No more. Know when to fucking stop.
because like I said, y'all, I didn't even care when he was like, oh, you're driving like that. I didn't do nothing crazy. Like I said, I mean, I cut you off, but I didn't cut you off like we're about to collide, we're about to crash. I literally just sped up and got in front of you, and you're stalking me with high beams, with high beam lights, and harassing me. Like it was never called for that. So yeah, what are you going to do? And yeah, I got my baby with me. So what you really want to do? Okay. So we did that. I'm like, exactly. Shut up. Like, shut the fuck up. I did tell him shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, just go ahead about your business, sir. Have a good day. And I rolled the windows up, and I put that thing back. Now, y'all, mind you, I'm still driving. I'm on my way. I'm ready to be on the beltway at this point. I had to get on the beltway. And I'm getting on the beltway, and he's driving behind me. So first, I'm like, okay, maybe he just gotta get on the beltway too. And I was like, no, something telling me like he just following me, whatever. But I was like, I know damn well if he pull up on me again, like it's gonna be some issues, like for me and him, mostly for him. Well, yeah, me too. But yeah, it's gonna be some issues. I'm trying to tell you. So he got behind me, y'all. He's still driving behind me. I'm ready to get on the beltway. As soon as I'm like turning from the light, it was a red light. As soon as that light turned green, I'm getting on the beltway, and he just got from behind me and pulled off. So I'm like, okay, like, well, you probably just took a picture of my license plate just now, right? Yo, mind you, this probably happened probably like probably like 2 days before Christmas, because kids. I think they was out of school Christmas Eve, and of course on Christmas, and they was out of school the day after Christmas. So yeah, because I believe my son's school was doing like the Christmas themed stuff, like having Christmas parties and stuff like that, and they was getting out early, but I was like, of course I'm gonna let my son participate, so I'm still taking him. So yeah, yeah, so I just went on about my day, y'all. I dropped my son off. I went to work. And it's so crazy, y'all. At the time, I was actually working for a company. Like I was HR at the time. I wasn't even thinking like y'all was just doing wild dumb stuff. I say that to say I really could have lost my job. Like I could have really messed up everything I had going on being a high head. Cause I don't know. Like now when I think back on this, like girl, you should not have. But then again, it's like I don't want you to think that you could do something to me. Like I want you to know that I got that on me. So like it's me or you, and it's gonna be you because it ain't gonna be me. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, yo, I had went to work and I had a normal day. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that was my last day at work because it closed Christmas Eve. You know, be with your family or whatever. So yeah, I'm at home. Y'all, this is the day after Christmas. We had so much fun on Christmas. We went to go, of course, we always go see the family, go pick up my son gifts from everybody else who had bought him gifts and stuff, or they'll come to the house and or when I yeah, actually, it was funny because I had actually on Christmas I fixed a big Christmas breakfast. So, my family came over, my man family, everyone came over, my brothers, and it was just a really good time, y'all. So the next day after Christmas, I'm sitting in my chair, y'all. My y'all, my man had, he had just got me my little. He had just bought me the laptop that I wanted. He bought me a laptop so I can go back to school. Y'all know, get your man that's gonna support you. So I'm sitting in my chair. My son's on the floor. No, we didn't clean up. We don't clean up. We believe in the Christmas toys everywhere because it's just let him just have fun. He want to play with everything. Everything is gonna be a mess for a little bit. So the next day everything was still on the floor. My son just still playing with his stuff. Just all in the living room, just family, cool my eye. And all of a sudden we get a buzz at the door. So I'm like, you like who that? And we like sometimes my big brother T from but we have a one for your arrest. The first one, not the second one. The first big brother that I was gonna be running with. T. He used to come to my house all the time, like unannounced. They didn't care what time of day, what time of night. That man would come to my house and ring my damn bell. What's wrong with this man? He ain't care. He's so disrespectful. So I'm like, is that Trey? So before before of course we hit the buzzer to say like to see who it was or any of that. My man he actually had like cracked the door open. He looked and he was like, "Is a unseasoned guy at the door," and I'm like, "Huh?" He was like, "It looked like the boys, like it like the police." And I was like, "Huh? Like why would the? What you mean?" So, yeah, I was so confused. I'm like, "Why would the police?" So when my man went and buzzed them and let him in, mind y'all, also before I get into the story, y'all. All of this is allegedly. I keep telling you, all of this is allegedly. So I had allegedly told my man what happened. Of course, when when he was going at that, when I rolled the window, I called my man, tell him what was going on or whatever. So he know what's going on. He knew everything that was going on. So when the officer came up, he was like, my man, like, how you doing? Officer was like, he was like, how you doing? He's like, hey, how you doing? I'm looking for an Nini. He basically said my government, like he said my first and last name, and I'm like, the fuck you looking for me for? Like, I'm like, did I do something? Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, I don't know why. That's another thing I hate when I do stuff. I just be forgetting that I be doing dumb stuff. It slipped my mind, y'all. I am so confused. I'm like, what the kid he? Why would the police be looking for me? Like, I ain't there nothing. I've been chilling. Like, y'all, that whole situation slipped my mind. So, he was like, yeah, she's here, and I was like, when he stepped in, of course, I was in the living room. So I'm like, how you doing? Like, I'm she. Like, how are you? How can we help you? Me, all of me. So he introduced himself, y'all. He told me he was Detective such and such, and that he was following up on the case with, that incident that happened. And I was like, oh, a detective. Well, I be damn. That's new. That's new. So he's like, yeah, I'm following up on an incident. Did you get into an incident with someone lately? And I was like, no. Genuinely, I was confused. No. So he's like, you didn't have like a kind of like a road rage like incident with anyone? And I was like, no. Oh yeah, and that's how I told him. I was like, oh yeah, like I was like, I was on my way. I told him this is my story, yo. I was like, I was on my way. My story.
Like, I was on my way, you know, to drop my son off at school. I was like, it was raining. I was like, we were running late, like pressing against time. So this time I'm talking. So when we got to a light, I did get in the lane next to him, and I did like drive up in front of him and get in front of him. But it was never like a incident where we was like ready to crash or collide. The most he did was like, he was flashing his hobby, like I guess trying to blind me. Like I don't know why he would do that. Like because I didn't, like I said, when I got in front of him, he was still sitting at the light. So it's not like I did anything really to harm him. And then he pulled up on me while I had my baby, and he just was like cussing at me and cursing at me and told me, you know, like if he ever find me in his residential area again, I'm like, I live around here, so what are you talking about?
And he was like, yeah. He was like, that's basically, you know, what I'm following up on. You know, the guy, he basically said that, except he mentioned that you may have had you had a firearm on you, and I'm like, a firearm? I'm like, I don't have a firearm. I was like, you know, I couldn't. Well, I'm gonna leave out certain parts about No, y'all don't know who my man is. Well, yeah, never mind. I'm gonna leave out certain parts because, you know, like I said, all this is allegedly. Where he would say that, oh, I had a firearm, and I'm like, I don't own a firearm, and then my man stepped in and was like, yeah, there's only one firearm in the house, and that's his firearm for work. And he was like, and on that day, and I have documentation basically like that he was at work because he was at work. To be honest. Of course, he was like, you know, the type of job that I do, I can't leave my firearm home. And the detective was like, yeah, I understand, of course. So he was like, did you have anything else in your car? And I'm like,
Honestly, the only other thing that I have in my car, I have a hammer in my car because I don't have a firearm, and you know I don't have anything else to protect me myself, especially when I'm with my child. It's just me and him.
so when I say a hammer, y'all, I really mean like a hammer, like construction hammer. I was carrying a construction hammer in my car, like no lie. So I had told him, I was like, yeah, and I was like, and the handle on the on that was black. So I mean, maybe he thought he seen something that he didn't see. And he was like, I don't know. He was very persistent on what he said, and he said it looked like a Glock 19. I'm like,
You got me.
why is he all in my business? Like, ugh, you know what? It's my fault anyway. It was my fault anyway. But then you see, you let see. I don't want you to say that on YouTube because you know what happened to snitches. I should just no mind. But anyway, yeah. So we just like we just like yep. There's no not in here, and I was like, and the camera is still in my car. Like that's the only weapon type that I would have. So, and I was like, you know, I might send you pictures. I was like, you know, whatever. So, you know, we talked about that, and he said he was going to keep following up on it. You know, just be keeping the eye out. And I'm like, not watching the house. Lord have mercy. Whatever. So I was so mad, y'all. Like, but I'm happy because it was really giving like a he say she say because he said what he said and I said what I said. The only other witness was my son, and my son wasn't able to get all that at the time. So yeah, so after that situation, y'all, my man, he was so mad at me. But he wasn't lying, y'all. Like he definitely had like his weapon with him. He had a personal one too, and that was the one that stayed home. And the reason why I had it on me, y'all, is because it was during Christmas time and everybody was getting carjacked. Like people, I got a baby and everything, y'all. Even one day at my son's school that he was attending, this lady got out the car. She had parked right in front of the school, like this is not even 10 feet apart. She walked to the car, went inside her son in at the front door, and walked back out. And somebody had jumped in her car and took her car with the baby in it. With the baby in it, like baby, no, I'm not gonna play with y'all. I'm not about to play with y'all. I'm not. I don't care. I said what I said. So y'all, yeah, nothing else really happened after that. I just was like definitely on my P's and Q's. I definitely wasn't. I started leaving that in the house. I wasn't carrying that on me. I just literally had my little hammer. And yeah, so y'all, that is the story time. I wanted to tell y'all how I met the detective. Like y'all, I told y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe. It's like my favorite tune at this point because y'all don't listen. Y'all please do it. Y'all almost felt that because I almost came through this phone. I like y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Make sure y'all stay tuned.